Hey guys, what's up? Vicious here. Got a new Magicka video for you today. Today's video has a very specific purpose. It is the Eyefinity showcase. And Eyefinity meaning any of the number of multi-monitor setup configurations you can use. So like NVIDIA's surround, Matrix triple head to go, soft triple head to go, anything like that that's going to give you increased pixel count and a larger view radius. So I'll show you what I'm talking about with the graphics. I am actually playing the game right now at 5972 by 1200 pixels. So what's important about an Eyefinity showcase for a game is just showing you the flaws the game suffers and letting you know what it does good. First of all, the good. The game supports it right out of the box. I just went to the graphics settings and selected my resolution, and that's all I had to do. There was no hacking required. Here on the main menu you can already see that there is proper support for this on the main menu screen. Right here where I'm moving the cursor up and down is where your view would normally be one monitor. So over here, all this on the left, this extra part of the book, this gradient over here, this teapot and the side of the cup, you would normally not see that, and there is something there for you to see. So the menu is properly centered, it's not zoomed in or distorted. So everything looks really good so far. So for today's showcase, I'm going to play the save chapter 3. I'm not going to beat the whole chapter, I'm just going to play enough to show you how the game runs in Eyefinity and point out the stuff along the way.
After saving the village of
here, the introduction, still like the main menu centered and everything. But these subtitles here on the bottom now go all the way across, so it makes it a little bit harder to read since you have to read past the monitor bezels. Alright, skip the rest of it. This game is a lot more fun multiplayer. I haven't played it in multiplayer Eyefinity yet, but that would be pretty fun, I think. So here's a cutscene. Check out how the cutscene brings the black bars to the top and bottom for that cinematic feel. The black bars go all the way across on all 3 screens. A lot of games, like when you go to a sniper crosshair or it goes to a cutscene, these black bars only come down to the center monitor only and not the side monitors. So that's a flaw that's not here. The HUD, which is very minimalistic in this game, is just your casting icons over here on the left, is not centered to the center monitor, but it's not really a big deal because you only use the HUD in this game when you're first learning the spells. Once you've learned the spells by memory, you don't need to see this, so it's not a big deal because your character in the center of the screen has your life bar and it shows you your currently selected or conjured elements. So considering that's part of your HUD, really it's like a partially centered HUD and works really well. And you'll see that there is a top-down view in this game, so there's no fisheye effect from having extra FOV from like you would get in a first-person shooter, and that you do see more of the stage. But over here on the left side you can see where the stage actually ends and there's like just black void. I wouldn't consider this a flaw in the Eyefinity support for the game because it's not like the game engine's not rendering, it's just is actually where there is no stage in existence. I'm thinking like Final Fantasy Tactics where you're on a plane like kind of floating in space and the stage just ends abruptly. It's the same kind of thing. I don't really consider it a flaw, and it's not really too it doesn't really bother you when you're playing the game. So things to note, do you get an advantage playing like this? I would say yes you do, but not very much of an advantage. It's pretty minor. Alright, these guys are so annoying, these jumping guys. Slaughter everybody. Alright. When I say you get an advantage, most of the time you don't look at your side monitors, you just kind of let it fill your peripheral vision. But in this game I have a tendency to actually I do look off screen, and you can move your cursor over here, and if you click to move you can actually move when you're pointing off the center of the screen. And what happens is the AI in this game is programmed to start its events when it gets into your center screen proximity. So if you can find a part in the game where your enemies are beside you and not below or above you, and the AI hasn't kicked in yet, you can hit them off screen with a beam attack and kind of get the drop on them. The places in the game where that happens is not too many, so it's not like game breaking or anything, but it does exist. Alright, so over here, move off to the edge now so you can see how the game, you know, it's right there is where it stops rendering. Little hidden sword here for you, the Blade of Cert. But I much prefer my Zelda sword. The performance doesn't really seem to be impacted for me too much, but I'm using an ATI 5870 card, which is pretty strong. I'd imagine if you had if you're running soft triple head or something with a lesser graphics card that you might run into some slowdown issues. Now keep in mind this is a really small indie game. It's only a 7-person team again, and so there hasn't been a whole lot of optimization in this game. It's like you either here's a situation I was talking about. These guys, you can see them, but they can't see me per se due to AI. If I was to walk closer, they would attack. But since I know they're there and beam attacks do go off screen, even if you're not playing on a triple screen setup, I can take this opportunity and hit them before they can hit me. So that right there is what I consider the extent of any advantage you might get in this game. Other than that, it's purely immersion and just fun factor. Having multiple monitors is always more fun for a game if you have it.
Thunder's the best. Griba hat tiblit kaput.
We'll do a little bit more gameplay here. I think I'll do this next scenario, this airship scenario, then we'll call it quits from there. Looks pretty good. There's nothing here that is really like off-screen rendering. Everything's looking good. Goblin bombers, those guys will kill you so easy. But the trick to them is using fire element. Anything with fire in it will kill them instantly, no matter what the damage is. So just a simple arcane and fire beam is a good way to kill them from across the screen, or if there's a bunch of them around you. Lightning plus fire or an AoE arcane plus fire works good. Fire in general works pretty good on goblins since it sets them on fire and they'll just run around and stop attacking. We'll try lightning for the next batch. This game is a lot of fun, guys, you know. If you're watching it and you like the way it looks for an indie studio game, it's doing good. It's definitely got a lot of bugs in it, but they're patching bugs like daily, so you know, show them your support and show. Uh-oh, there's a bomb. Don't want bombs. No, I'm dead. Well, that's a really good way to end it, isn't it? In my death. Alright guys, well I'm going to sign off here. You saw what the game looks like in Eyefinity. That was the purpose of today's video. Just want to show you that this game really does have a great native support for Eyefinity, so if you have an Eyefinity set up, this is definitely a title that you might want to put on your might buy list or will buy list. For 10 bucks, you really can't go wrong. And the game should be getting new modes, new downloadable content and things like that in the future. And definitely it's much more fun to play with friends online than it is by yourself in single player. The crazy thing about multiplayer is that really the enemies are not your biggest threat anymore. It's your best friend that can kill you at any moment with a powerful spell. So that's what really gives this game a great creative dynamic feel to it. So that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.